Hello, I would love to share today with you and be part of your grand remembering of who you truly are. You are a magnificent being, a grand being that exists in multi dimensions, all in this now moment. And this idea has been presented to us many times, but it's difficult to grasp. It's how to explain this simply. And so this is the way that I have received and would love to share it with you. Also in another video later on, I will share with you how this process of receiving happens and remembering, and if it's not happening for you yet, how you can also start receiving these memories that you've always known about yourself. And so how it started is that source, which was us, we were all part of this oneness, wished to experience itself, because to be everything is wonderful, but how does that look like was what we wanted to understand. And so from the source, we divided ourselves into particles. What we call, the scientists call the Big Bang. So at this moment, what happens is we became particles that started forming layers of reality. Okay, so like a tree, or like when we peel an onion, what we see is layers and layers and layers until we get to the outer rim. So this is what happened as we became particles of ourselves. And in these layers, there's different levels of reality. So what we call dimensions. And so the first one to appear was the Elohims. And there's a lot of explanation out there of what an Elohim is, but really what it is, it's a prism. So it's when the light hits the prism, it's not white light anymore, it becomes a rainbow of color. And so we became color, a light manifestation. So there's many of us coming from different rays of manifestation. So I am one ray. You might be the same ray than me, or you might be a totally different one. And this is how reality manifested, because if not, we would be all in a big white room and with light that is so bright that reality cannot manifest from it. So it needed to be split into different rays of manifestation. So that's what the Elohims did. And then afterwards, another layer. And that layer is the creator gods and goddesses. So they started using this and creating worlds. You started doing this. Out of your ray, you started manifesting realities and creating that, which was really amazing. And then another layer appeared, and that was the archangels, and then the angels, and then ascended masters, extraterrestrials, nature spirits, so on and so forth. It all created different layers of reality of this onion. Now, the closer we are to the source, the lighter the vibration is, and also the less density in that manifestation exists. So that's the lowest, like the highest vibration, and Earth is the lowest vibration. So this is where, only in this reality, is manifestation so dense, so tangible, so palpable. And we came here, and that was really, really, really amazing and very brave, because in this density we were going to experience what it was to forget our our greatness, and that we were disconnected from that remembering and the other aspects of ourselves. So that's what we came here to experience. And so that takes a lot of courage. We came here with a lot of courage, but we wanted to know what that felt like. And so we've been living this. But now what's really interesting is that Earth is also an entity. She's our own soul and consciousness. And time moves like a spiral back to the center. So when we say that we're going from 3D to 5D, this is what's happening, is that the ascension is folding one reality over another. Okay? So as we're going through the spiral, Earth is ascending too. She's ascending, we're ascending with her into now remembering who we are. And our density is getting, higher. We're losing the lower density, which is in ourselves. And that's happening for the whole world. What's really also interesting is that on Earth is the only place in this reality where we can calculate time. You see, when you are at the outer ridge of that circle, it seems to be a flat line. And I'm sorry about that. And that line seemed to be flat, and so we start, thinking that's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, day 1, day 2, day 3. But that's really just an illusion, because time, everything is happening in the now. And the more closer we are to the source, the more we realize that 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, is just existing so quick, because that circle is so small. So time, is very quick. But here, time seems to be passing by very slowly. But that is all, an illusion we wanted to experience. So another thing that's very interesting is that, let me see, I have another drawing. As we became Heloans, we started having a pie situation happening. So Myra became in charge of one area. And so we first started as one being, and then we divided into, like a cell, 3, 4, 5, and that was just exponential, And here we became so many. And Myra is here to understand a level of lessons and experience it in all dimension in this now. If you're not Myra, then you're experiencing your own. And so we become very judgmental on this planet about, oh my God, they're not doing this the way I would do it. And, their evolution, oh, they're not evolving, like whatever. But we don't understand, we don't remember right now that they're doing exactly what they need to do, because that's their way of manifestation. And their lessons are very different, let's say, than mine or yours. And so all of this is happening in this now, perfectly as it should be. All is magic. Now, the quicker you can realize and remember who you are, that you're not truly just this one little particle, but you are actually manifesting this reality that we are experiencing. And because we're all doing it together, it's such an amazing gift, such a beautiful experience we're having. And the quicker you can remember this about yourself, the more you'll be able to connect to all these aspects that are existing now. So you'll get to meet your extraterrestrial selves, ascended master self, your angel self, your archangel self. You are an archangel. You are a god. You are an extraterrestrial, a human being. You're doing all of this right now. And so I hope this really helps you today. Thank you.